Good afternoon, and we're coming on the air at this hour with breaking news. Concerns over the coronavirus outbreak, and once again, they are affecting the stock market. Look at that right there. Wall Street ending one of the worst weeks of trading since the financial crisis in 2008. The closing bell is expected just a short time from now, but it's down about 416 points there. As you can see, we're gaining some of the lost territory throughout the day.
There is a specific reason why the markets are reacting this way. We're going to see this.
As a beginner, it can be extremely daunting when people around you tell you that they're investing their money in the market, and you have no idea where to even begin or can even tell the difference between real estate and the stock market. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 extremely useful books that have helped me get a better understanding of how to evaluate the market, the value of a business, and general trends that you should be aware of. Number 1, Stock Investing for Dummies. We all have to start somewhere, and there's so much more value in here than you would expect. This book will teach you the absolute fundamentals that you would need to get the ball rolling, like finding out how much money you can truly afford to invest, and how much of an emergency fund you should have at all times in case your investments go south. It also introduces you to concepts like index funds and value investing, among many, many other things. A lot of this information is going to be foreign to you, so I recommend you do what I did and highlight important points and definitions that you think you'd want to come back to in the future. The best thing about this book is that you can jump around from chapter to chapter, since each specific topic is fairly self-contained within that chapter. However, it doesn't hurt you to read as much as you can to come across new tips and resources that you might find useful. It's very important for you to understand the differences between investing, saving, and speculating. Which one do you want to do? Knowing the answer to this question is crucial to your goals and aspirations. There's a section in this book that will give you a general overview on the difference between growth stocks and value stocks, as well as how you can set your investing goals based on your financial situation. I'd also recommend taking a look at the appendix, which can point you in the right direction with resources to learn more about different brokers and investing books and websites so that you can have all the information you need. Number 2, Unshakeable by Tony Robbins. To write this book, Tony Robbins sat with 50 of the greatest minds in modern finance to gain their perspective on investing and financial management, and he presented it in a way that is understandable for anybody, beginner or professional investor. Unshakeable is such an excellent guide on the mindset that you need to have as an investor, and provides several facts that can free you from the anxiety that dominates most people's financial lives. We all have a ton of fear about what will happen to our money if we invest it. What will happen if your stocks plummet? Who can you really trust to advise you on managing your money? Tony Robbins shines a light on some of the biggest psychological pitfalls and the investment mistakes that people make, and he provides solutions to them using facts and data. I really think that this book gave me the confidence that I needed to start investing because of the amount of factual information that was given about the market. The real route to riches is to set aside a portion of your money and invest it, so that it compounds over many years. That's how you become wealthy while you sleep. That's how you make money your slave instead of being a slave to money. That's how you achieve true financial freedom. He also talks about how people are so concerned about entering the market at the right time and are afraid of investing right before a stock market crash. But through the statistics that are provided in here, you will learn that it is better to be in the market than sit out of it. Now, in the age of commission-free trading through apps like Robinhood, you do not need to be concerned with using a broker too much. But Unshakeable sheds light on how trustworthy your financial advisors can be and how small hidden fees can erode your money away over time. All really, really helpful tips for you to know. Number 3, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. This book is essentially the Bible of value investing and focuses on generating long-term profits by picking companies with high intrinsic value and ignoring the current state of the market. This was written by Benjamin Graham, who mentored Warren Buffett and taught him to become perhaps the greatest investor of all time. Since this book was written in 1949, some of the references and language might be outdated and quite hard to understand. But don't be hard on yourself if you can't grasp every single aspect of it, because each chapter has a breakdown that gives it context and helps the dummy like you and me understand what's being said. There are 2 chapters in here that will teach you more about being a successful investor than anything else. One on market fluctuations and one on incorporating what he calls a margin of safety. which can help prevent you from losing a lot of money on your investments. So pay close attention to those. Graham came up with an analogy called Mr. Market, where the entire stock market is a moody, unpredictable person who you should completely ignore. Most people feel like there is value in a company based on how its stock has been performing recently. But this book tells you that this is completely false. Instead, you should rely on your own research and ignore the way the market has been performing altogether. The best way to measure your investing success is not by whether you're beating the market, but by whether you've put in place a financial plan and a behavioral discipline that are likely to get you where you want to go. Part of the focus of this book is to show you the importance in doing your own research before making any investments. We've often heard that the amount that you should invest is dependent on how much risk you're willing to take. However, Graham has actually explained that the amount that you should invest is dependent on how much effort and intellect you apply to your investments. So if you want to get started, start small and keep learning everything you can about how you should evaluate a business and what to look for before you buy. Books like these will give you a strong head start, but so will learning things on Google and YouTube. The information is all out there. Just take your time and don't be daunted by it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Vihan Chalaya. I'll see you next week.